you say you found marijuana in his house.
That is true.
These are pictures that you took and presented them to a judge.
Correct.
I've never seen those pictures.
Y'all are so playing with fire doing this. I'm telling you.
I was advised by an attorney to send those pictures to the judge, and that was ridiculous. It was a mistake.
That backfired, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay. So this was taken, but then you say that she planted marijuana in the house because you came up with a drug test that was negative.
Negative, and I was out of town that weekend. They announced to her that I was going to be out of town.
Okay, is it your marijuana?
No, sir. I don't.
And you didn't plant it, and it's not your marijuana.
Come on.
Okay.
It was in his house. It
And
wasn't.
you took a.
It wasn't mine either.
Yeah.
And let me just assume, I know this is probably insane to say, but let me just assume that you're both telling me the truth. How old was your son at this time?
He would have been 12.
Did anybody drug test him at the time?
Yes.
Yes, they did.
And?
Clean.
Right,
Of
it was
course.
negative.
She had a lot to gain by taking those pictures at the time, she thought.
Yeah. She says that you forged a suicide note and signed her name. And you say you didn't do that, right?
No.
No.
She admitted abuse and said she'd continue and tell the children, Daddy told me to do it. He was afraid to go home because his mother abused him. Have you physically abused your children?
No, I have not.
Have you in any way abused your children?
I think I've acted ridiculous. I've been aggressive. I have not abused my children. I've never hit them, kicked them, punched them, nothing.
So you didn't hit and kick and call his little sister over and tell her to hit and kick too?
No, we were tickling time. It was tickling time. We're playing.
That's not what our children have
I
told
have
us.
scratched my son's arm. I did do that. That was an accident, but I did scratch.
Well, we're talking about
You say that
a
the
year
children,
and a half of that.
You say that the children are afraid of her. His mother is acting out of control and he was afraid. This was in a psychological interview.
You have the letter that I wrote, and I said that the kids can come over whenever they want, but I'm not going to make them to come over.
Anyways,
Did you
we were
fake a
very
heart attack?
devastated. No,
Yes,
sir.
you
Fake heart
did.
attack?
Yes, you
No,
did.
an accumulation of all this chronic stress finally got to me last September, Dr. Phil.
Do you see why I wrote?
Well, you're
Yes,
supposedly
I
having
do
this
see
heart
why you
attack.
wrote.
She
I didn't
wrote down
fake-
the symptoms. You didn't go to the front of the store
Please,
and
look at
ask a
Dr. Phil,
doctor.
please.
You didn't
Please,
ask a doctor
look
to
at
check
Dr.
you
Phil.
out or call an ambulance.